I got really obsessed with the idea of failure because of business, because I take stock on the things that moved me forward the most, the things that were most course correcting. And it was never an accolade or an achievement. It was always when life says you were wrong about that. And from that, I have this really clear phrase in mind that failure is feedback, feedback is knowledge, and knowledge is your power. And I then went on to study Jeff Bezos at Amazon and Booking.com and Thomas Watson, who was the richest man on earth at one point. He was the founder and CEO of IBM. And through all of their writing, they are absolutely obsessed with increasing their failure rate. So much so, Thomas Watson was once asked in an interview after one of his employees had failed at something that cost the company, I think, $400,000 or $600,000. He said, "Are you going to fire him?" He goes, "Fire him? I've just spent $400,000 training him." And then when I looked at Amazon's shareholder letter, it said the same thing. It says, Jeff Bezos wrote, "We have to be the best place on earth to fail." And he goes on to say in life, like, it's not about perfecting that perfect swing, it's how much you swing. Because in the case of Amazon, you'll never know about endless.com, which is in the graveyard, or the Fire Phone, which is in the graveyard, or A9.com, which is in the graveyard, but you know AWS, which will make them 70 billion a year. So he goes on to basically say, he uses a baseball analogy where he goes, in baseball, you swing, you get a great hit, you might get 4 runs, but in life, you swing and you get a great hit, you can just absolutely change your life. So it's really about making sure you're swinging.
Yeah, I mean, Kobe Bryant said, I love this quote, and I might butcher it a little bit, but he said, you know, whether you win or lose, if you win, it's great, but you still got to wake up the next day and do the process over again. If you lose, it sucks. You still got to get up and do the same process over again. And it's that willingness to, somebody said confidence is the willingness to wade into uncertainty. And I really like that quote because, I mean, that's at the foundation of kind of like any big goal that you're going after. There is no certainty. You can't guarantee anything in life. And so we can say it's important to fail. But when you're actually in that moment, you're not like, yes, this failure is great. I love this. It's very stressful and it sucks. Like it really, really sucks. But I can tell you in most cases, the best stuff in my life came out of some of the worst stuff in my life, you know? And if I hadn't been willing to try and wade back into it repeatedly, I might not have gotten some of the great things that have happened in life. And whether you win or lose, you're still going to have to wake up and do the process over. But if you stop doing the process, if you stop trying, if you stop walking the path, that's where you really lose. I think a lot of this, like getting back to the diet stuff, a lot of this, the diet hacks and stuff like that, it's people trying to shortcut that painful process. But that process is where you are going to learn so much about yourself and where the actual fulfillment is.